What is up, legends? We are back. Back. Okay, so we're at the end of the road for the ultimate beginner guide. If you're at this point now, you're not a beginner anymore. This point right now, you're like directly going to be going into Ethernet rally. You're going to be close to 40. Go ahead and show you real quick. You're gonna be close to 40. I'm not there because I just didn't do it. I stopped at this point because I'm gonna have to start over again in one day, which will be the 7th time starting over, which is crazy. But I'm actually gonna get to play with you guys. I'm get as many people or as regulars as I can into the guild and just have some fun so I can actually play with you guys in Phantom Theater too. See what type of team builds y'all coming up with. So this is what we're gonna call the ultimate recap. And I'm basically gonna go back to the beginning real quick, and I'm gonna talk fast with this, so I do apologize. Somebody actually complained before. They're like, "You're talking too fast," and like, you have a different type of dialect than I'm used to. I don't know what to do about that. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. My voice is low. I'm gonna do my best to be as clear as possible though right now. So recapping all the way back to the beginning as a new player, your very first thing that you're gonna want to do is your perfect start. And what your perfect start is gonna be is you're re-rolling. What are you gonna re-roll for? We don't know how that's gonna work right now, so that may or may not be a thing. They may make it so that it's not easy. They may make it so that it is easy. I don't know right now. Nobody knows how that's gonna roll right now until it actually starts. So let's say that there is an easy way to do a perfect re-roll. Optionally, head over here in the summons. What you want to do if you're going to do a perfect reroll is you want Freya quick, because you can get no other character but her SSR and her banner. So you're going to want her quick. There's a limited amount of summons that you can actually do on the light banner, or you can even go over here to get, darker light. So this probably will not be what you're going to focus on. If you're going for an ultimate reroll, you're going for here and to maybe get Heinrich, or another interesting thing is if you can actually get Tiamat before actually having to pick her, which would be like if you were over here and stuff like that. However, there's an issue because you have the select banner that is also going to be here, and you get to pick a character out of there. So essentially what you are looking to actually do is get characters as easy as possible, which makes re-rolling a little bit interesting, which is why my suggestion to you is don't do it. I know you're going to be like, what? The reason being is that you get 400, as you've seen in the previous video, you get 400 summons by the time you get to account level 40. You will have more than enough to be able to deal with things by that point, and you'll already have 3 guaranteed SSRs. The reason being is that you're going to start with Leanne, and that's your first SSR. Whoever you pick, that's up to you who you're going to pick at that point. There's good choices. Everybody on this banner right now that you're looking at is a good choice right now to start the game with. Personally, I always am going to either pick Hellkate or Tia, because they're tanks, and I'm going to explain that later. So that's not to the side. That's whatever you want to do. You got your perfect start. And essentially you're going to be on your way to getting your third character, which your third character will be Freya. Actually, once you're done with the pick banner, let's just say this is the pick banner, and you got your characters, because it's going to be 30 summons, 30 or 40 summons, and the actual select SSR banner. So now you have your character, whoever that's going to be. That's out the way, and you also have Leanne, so that's your second character. So what you do is you turn around and you head over to Fleeting Dream. If you care about Freya, you should, because she can actually carry. That's what I did on this account, to see what would happen if I would put all the resources into her, and she was amazing. Like, she was a perfect carry. So if you care, you don't have to, but if you care, you can make her your third SSR. You are fine at that point. You do not need any more SSR at that point to get to account level 40 and start worrying about other stuff. You go through all the content just fine. I've done it multiple times already now. Like it's not a problem. Your account is not going to be bricked. You're not going to hit some wall and not be able to do anything. You'll be fine, especially if you've been going through and following all these parts. This is actually part 12 right now. If you got the part 12 at this point, you will be golden. You're good to go. With that said, if you look at the limited, which is obviously Messiah and Heinrich. I don't know why I can't get his name properly today. It's up to you to decide which is more beneficial, because if you're gonna do it over here, then you got a chance of getting Heinrich. You do it over here, it's more likely going to be, Messiah, which 100 is a lot for free to play. The casual, a whale is probably gonna knock that out like almost immediately. Because you do 100, you just automatically get the character. This is what it is. You care about that. He's a really good PvP unit. So again, that's up to you. So now that you have all that out the way, and you know what your carry character is going to be, is like pretty much either going to be Freya or whoever you picked, basically as the selector. You knock that out. That leads you over into your normal content. Now, the game flow, which is something that I showed in the very beginning and how to start strong. The game flow is very simple in this game. You're gonna do whatever your story chapter is, which is right here. Knock it out and do as much as you can. It's probably gonna level cap you. And while you're being level capped, you want to actually be able to go over here to investigation. Whatever your highest investigation is, you want to send it out, because this is the fastest way to level in this game. Investigation is super quick. It's usually one wave, which I should have hit continue. You don't want to do that. I can do the next one, but we don't care about that. We just want it to go faster. So you see consecutive 10 rounds. You're going to head to end. Send them in, set it and forget it. So now they're going off to do that. And they're going to do that 10 times, which is going to be 100 stamina and going right there. Again, like I said, it's the fastest way to level. You see, look, they're already one fight done already right there. And, the EXP is going wrong. Literally the fastest way to level in this game, and the fastest way to level your characters, because you're going to get EXP to actually level out all your characters. And essentially what you're doing is you're working your way to getting all your characters to their level cap, whatever that be, whether it be 5, if it's going to be 5-star, 45, 4-star is 40, and then obviously 6-star is 50. You want to start working on whatever your carry is. So like Freya was my carry. I got my Freya up to 6-star, which again, that's going to need a bunch of EXP and currency. All this will just help you out when it comes to building your character. So now you got the little bit of the flow going on. See, like that 5 is already at 5. It's been a minute, dog. like people who are just not leveled in this game, I'm just looking at you like, huh? That's how I'm looking at you with the big question mark, dog. But with that said, the other part of the flow is you need gear. So you're gonna have your modules. So what you would do while it's doing that, because you're stuck on story, let's say you're at level 15 and the next story thing is 18, you let that rock out a little bit, obviously, because you get 1,000 stamina a day, because you should be using your recharges. We already touched on that. Definitely max recharges every day. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have more enough currency, more enough summons. You good. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Trust Unc Scion. You're gonna be good. Head over to whichever focus that you want to start with. In most cases, you want to do Terra as much as you can do and knock it out. I tend to not go for like a speed clear in Terra. I go for sustain, and I know they're gonna win, and I can set it and forget it and don't care. What you can do is, while that's doing that, go into your fight and challenge, because you can't do 2 different continuous at the same time. You take a challenge or whatever that you can actually beat and start farming that gear solo. Set it and forget it. Go like you can hit challenge and then let it rock and do something else. Like eat a sandwich or something like that and come back. Hopefully, if your team can actually do that, you should be fine though. See, that's done now. I need to build more stuff. So we just hit that play again. It goes out and does it again. And then if you're out in here, this fight's over, you do it over again. All right, so now you're gonna need shells, which are the pets. You're gonna do the same thing again. Whatever pet that you want to actually focus on, while it's doing that up there, you're gonna be expending things right here. Just knock out whatever you can knock out, going across the board. Focus on whatever pets that you want to focus, going across the board. This is going to actually multitask something while you're doing all that. The same thing with the GP outpost. Right here, knock out whatever you can knock out, whatever you care about knocking out, as far as whatever characters that you're using, which leads me to the next thing. Focus on 4 to 5 characters until you get to account level 40, because you're not going to have enough resources to be doing a bunch of characters. Obviously, if you get a new character to bring in, bring them into the fold, but you should never be beyond this. Like, see, this was the characters I used to get to 40 right here. That was it. They handled the job. It's perfectly fine. I don't need anything else. The finished story, current story, and all the content right now in the game, these characters can do it. And obviously these characters just technically the free characters, because Freya is going to come out because you're going to have enough summons to actually do it anyway. Even if you're unlucky and go all the way to 100, she's going to come out. This is what it is. He is who I picked. Leanne is free. Bale actually decided to come out twice for whatever reason. But you know, I built her for Terra Matan. I didn't. If I didn't have her, then I would have used Dina. I would use Dina or Kazumi. But I didn't have to because I got a Bio. Kraken is just a man everywhere. So when you get him, congratulations, you win. I know it's just an SR, and you're gonna think that he's not that great, but yeah. So that leads me to the next thing. The Latifs in this game, which are the items that allow you to limit break your skills. You need to hard focus one individual character and each rarity. Because I was using Freya as my carry. Freya got the hard she pretty much got the hard focus right here, as you guys could see. She was the hard carry, and I maxed all hers out for her 3 skill. Same thing over here for Kraken, because Kraken is just a man. All of his got maxed. Then you rotate to the next character. Don't spread it out too much, because then you'll just have a bunch of characters with no beneficial skill. My next thing that I went to is after Kraken is I went to Dorothy, because I didn't have Ling Galet. So pretty much Dorothy was the next character to get it as well. And then now that I'm done with Freya, I'm focusing on Leanne. That's how you want to do it. All right, if you spread it out and have, like, let's say that I have a bunch of characters. Oh, I got this character level 2, and now we go into Bio, and now I got this character level 2. Then you'll have no character basically like this, with like just a busted 3rd skill. Make sure it's on a good character though. Like, Freya's a good character, so it's really busted on her. Same thing with Leanne. Like, you want to hard focus to have Leanne down here where she gets even more turn steal. That's crazy. Like, it's really good, but I just, for this particular run, I just wanted to have Freya do that. And again, like I said, you just want to hard focus like that, and you'll be fine. The same thing also with the prowess. Even if you don't have the Latifs to break them, every single character that you're using, you want them to be at the break point for all of their skills, to where they need to actually use Latif. Same thing, like bam. Yeah, because of the stats. It helps your characters be tanky and do that extra damage that you need. There's no reason not to do so. See, the same thing I did right there. You have more enough resources to do this. I did all this with all of these characters right here. And the main reason why I did this is because I want to show you guys what you can and you can't get away with. That's with max reset every day, basically. Max reset every day. Still have this much currency with max reset every day. Still summon that much and have that much on my account. I have every SR in the game, and every SR in the game with a dupe. All of them have at least one dupe right now. So there's literally no reason why you shouldn't do progression like this. Like, it's like you're throwing at that point. Like, why are you trying to be bad? Like I don't get it at that point. And again, like I said in the previous video, you never let RNG hold you on your, like, you just never let a gacha hold you hostage with your RNG. Say I didn't do that. If I didn't do this method, I would probably be like account level 25. And yeah, I'll probably have a little bit more characters, but they'll all be garbage. that they just will be. Like, so hopefully you get all that. So as you're progressing through all of this, you start heading down into Innocent Echoes. You want to go through and do as many of these as you can, because they're going to give you gear and they're going to give you prints that will actually help you when it comes to limit breaking your characters, which also leads to Hyperlink, which also multitasks all of that. Now, all the stuff that I was just talking about with doing it, that you're literally going to be able to do, and all of these, they just naturally happen. You doing a story naturally will knock out the Commission Chronicle. Animus Fate is Leanne, so building Leanne will automatically do all this. Matter of fact, all I gotta do is put a max level shell on her just to do this, and then she'll be good. There's no reason not to do this, because they're gonna give you a dupe eventually. You get currency and then more silver and then a summon on top of that. So there's no reason not to build Leanne. Yeah, the modules right here, going through all the modules, which I showed you previously. While you're doing all that and pushing through, you're literally doing this. It's retroactive. So if you're doing something right here beyond this, even when you finish this, and the next thing is gonna be done already. So there's no reason not to do it that way. Same thing over here with the modules. If you're pushing in the modules, it's gonna be retroactive again. Knock this out, and you see you get prints over here. It all builds up. Same thing with shells. I just have to beat Whitney right there, and yeah. Same thing over here with arena. There was really no reason to do arena in here, because we're not trying to compete over here. But same thing, doing arena, knock all this out, you're good to go and fine. Now that you've done all that, and you should be good to go to understand everything, we need to talk about a few more things. Send that back in. So we have Embertrek, which is kind of like the tower system of the game. Embertrek is a little bit more on the harder side. So, just keep that in mind, that the content is a little bit harder, but you should be able to push through. But it's definitely something that you need to do, because there's a bunch of resources that will go through. Infinity Train, we will open at level 15, and it's super fun. It's a roguelike mode. Don't take it too seriously in the beginning, because it's going to be very hard for you at 15. You should probably come back at 30. But just get your tries out, so you don't leave anything on the floor, basically, so to speak, with currency. Cubic Trial, I showed that in the previous video. There's nothing really much to say about that, other than just go in there, do the fights, get the currency, go ahead. Cyber Shadows is basically kind of like an event. You just come in, you fight different battles, which allows you to pick up all these items and do your best to knock out whatever you can. In the beginning, it's a little bit hard, because you won't be able to do some of these fights, because they're going to be stronger than you. But of course, if you're doing the method that I mentioned, you'll quickly outscale this and be able to take full advantage of this and get more things. So you can actually trade with people, like union wishes and everything else, just to kind of like do it, kind of work together with your union to get all the dupe pieces that you want to get. Should be fine. Now that that's all the way out the way, you have the union. You want to get into a good union, because you're going to get a lot of free stuff. You want to get into a good union that has strong people, because then you can use those strong people to help you in fights, as I showed in a previous video, If you want to be self-sustaining and all this, what you can do is, if you get Heinrich, that's good. If you get Koros, that's good. However, let's say you're not lucky enough to get either of those characters. There are characters that you can use that can be substitutes for that. The Ting is a very good single target unit to use in that case. Obero is a very good single target unit to use in that case. And Susumo is a very good single target unit to use in that case. Just in case you don't have the characters that the SSR characters that I mentioned before. Actually, in the new girl, the new mech girl, she's also perfect for this as well. But if you don't have those characters, you can use these SR, you'll be fine. Alternate means you can use a team that sustains to live long enough to actually do damage. Preferably that one that has Tiamat, because Tiamat is going to have her ability to actually shield and do damage and heal herself, so she won't necessarily be in that much danger. You want to basically be able to do interesting, like have Dorothy and Sonya. Them combined together will sustain a team. Like if you have Tiamat, Sonya, and Dorothy, and then if you have the single target units, preferably like the Ting and Obero Susumo, or if you have Heinrich or Koros, then you have like a little bit of a sustained team and basically be able to heal yourself long enough to survive lasting that. Or if you have Hellkid would be a good character to actually put out there to last long enough. The point is to do as much damage as possible, not without getting wrecked. Every wave he gets progressively stronger and is going to start wiping your team out, so you want to live and be able to do as much as possible. Day 7 we get Ling Lao, so that kind of like you can replace Dorothy with Ling Lao, and then she just kind of like makes things easier, and then you can actually leave her out there alone if you have certain shells with her, and she will actually be able to sustain all by herself, which is just crazy. But yeah. And then you have all the event stuff. I'll just leave that for you. We've already talked about all this already, but it's up to you to just basically go in and do all those events and be good to go. And I kind of like abbreviated the entire guide basically. Now you're gonna be at 40, literally probably like day 5 or day 6. And you'll be like at Ethernet rally. You're officially not new anymore, because Ethernet rally is where you officially need to properly know how to play the game. That is where you're gonna have to be able to know how to build characters and have good build characters. And hopefully you listened to me and did not build a bunch of characters, because by the time you get to 40 and you have these 5 to 6 characters relatively good, at that point you will have enough base resources that you will be able to go and start worrying about the other characters that you get down there and start being able to focus. And when you go into Ethernet rally, it will give you more resources so you can start bringing in the next characters. Now, as I showed you before, if you can go back and look at the Ethernet rally video, you only need to get the character to 4-star, to max 4-star. So they need to just be at this level, 4-star at this level. The cool thing about that is for the Ethernet rally is that you can bring in all the shells from like the max level, so all of the epic and onslaught type of stuff, including the gear, and then you can put that on the 4-star characters and they'll be able to survive. And you get, the ghost characters, which are like the of level characters that you can bring in to actually help out your team, and then you just get all those rewards and you'd be good. So to recap, you should be perfectly fine. That's the recap. If you got to this point, hopefully I was not too confused in saying it quicker, and you followed along. And you guys, I hope you just have a lot of fun with this. This game is a lot of fun. It's very much streamlined. The gaming loop is super simple, as you guys could see. You have more than enough currency. You have more than enough stamina to do everything that you want to do. I can't even use all my stamina right now. Like I've been busy, and look at this. Like now I have to use all of that, and I'm at 39 right now. Realistically, I should be like level 43 or 44, but I just stopped caring because we about to start all over again. At this point, you'll be fine, dog. And I'm still at 4,680. Like, come in. Like I could throw, like, I got 25. It's free to play, by the way. So I got, and I already summoned 400 times, and I got 25 more right now. Technically, I got 65 more if I actually use my currency, but I'm not going to. Yeah. Senia, dude. Give me more of those. I'll do one more because I can. Give me a Sania, dude. Dyna, dude. Oh, we just under it. All right, so I might as well. This is the 400th one now. Here we go. That's the 400th one there. GG. So I was actually at so I was at 370. So that was the 400. Oh, anyway, bruh, that's a lot. That's a lot of currency to not have to like pay, like not have to pay to win for it. That's a lot. And I could actually come over and like probably get something else. Like, yeah, that's a lot, yo. So I will catch you guys next video. Next video will be us playing live in beta. At this point, there's no reason to do anything else. Ultimate, beginner, because that's over. Now it's just gonna be basically like intermediate end game type of stuff at this point. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Be legendary, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Hopefully this helps you out, and see you in game. Peace. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.